All right, we're about to do 3 questions in a row. The most difficult part about these questions is they don't give you diagrams. So you're just going to have to draw some rough diagrams and have a go. With question 10/8, it literally doesn't matter what the triangle you draw looks like. We're just going to make one side 5, one side 16, and one side 19. Because sine, cos, and tan and all of that, they're technically rules for similar triangles. It doesn't matter that it's just the ratio, we don't know the actual lengths, because everything would be fractions and it would simplify down to the same stuff anyway. So the smallest angle is going to be opposite the smallest side. So this one's, I'm going to call it A. The largest angle is going to be opposite, actually, why did I make that red? I'm going to make that purple. No, keep it red. The largest angle is going to be opposite the largest side, so I'm going to call that B. So smallest. So we've got 5 squared equals 16 squared plus 19 squared. Take 2 times 16 times 19 times cos, just calling it A, which means cos of big A is 16 squared plus 19 squared. Take 5 squared. You may think I'm writing this in the wrong order each time. It's because I'm not carrying the negative down to the bottom, so the negatives have essentially cancelled out, so I've rearranged the top. I went through the proof a few videos ago. 16 times 19. Okay, which means A equals the arc cos of this thing. And if you chuck that in your calculator, 16 squared plus 19 squared, take 5 squared over 2 times 16 times 19, 13.17 degrees. So then the largest this time we've got 19 squared equals 5 squared plus 16 squared. Take 2 times 5 times 16 times cos B. Which means cos B is 5 squared plus 16 squared, take 19 squared over 2 times 5 times 16. So B is the arc cos of this. Which means B equals 120 degrees. Huh. That might have been the only case where it would have been easier to literally figure out 5 squared plus 16 squared, take 19 squared over 2 times 5 times 16, because it would have been negative a half. All right, next one, similar thing. We need to draw a bit of a diagram. Doesn't have to be a good diagram. So I'm going to make this 31, this 24, and this little c, and because they've told us cos big C. So for A, we know little c squared equals 31 squared plus 24 squared. Take 2 times 31 times 24 times cos big C. Yes, they've told us cos big C. So we've got c squared equals 31 squared plus 24 squared. Take 2 times 31 times 24 times 59 over 62. So c squared equals, that's a calculated job, 31 squared plus 24 squared. Take 2 times 31 times 24 times 59 over 62. 121, so C equals 11. Okay, question B. This then would be angle big A. So I know that 31 squared, because you always have to start with the side opposite the angle you're trying to find, is C squared plus 24 squared. Take 2 times C times 24 times cos big A. This time though, We know c is 11. So I'm going to rewrite this with 11. 31 squared equals 11 squared plus 24 squared. I suppose we could have always used the sine rule instead, but no. I hate the sine rule and I'll always use cosine if I can. Times 24 times cos big A, which means cos big A equals 11 squared plus 24 squared. Take 31 squared over 2 times 11 times 24. So big A is the arc cos of this. If you can't be bothered writing the actual thing, just write answer, because it's what you would have chucked in your calculator. So we've got 11 squared plus 24 squared, take 31 squared. If you're writing answer, you better have written this line though. Over 2 times 11 times 24. So it's arc cos of negative a half. So yeah, that is 120, but you can actually do that. Arc cos of answer, 120 degrees. Final question. Once again, we don't know the triangle, so let's draw one. Okay, I'm going to make this 5 root 3, so that's little p. I'm going to make this 11, so that's q. The angle big R, like if that's p and q, this one must be little r, which means big R is here. So let's find little r. R squared equals, we've got 5 root 3 squared, we want to square all of that, plus 11 squared, take 2 times 5 root 3 times 11 times cos 150. You don't, I'm just hung up because they haven't asked us to provide an exact answer. Okay, we're going to go through this and see if it gives us a nice answer, and if it doesn't, we're going to figure out what cos 150 is, because that's going to be negative cos 30, but we'll go through that, which is negative root 3 on 2. We'll go through that. Anyway, r squared equals, chuck this all in your calculator. So make sure you do that 5 root 3 squared in brackets, otherwise you'll only end up squaring the root 3, not the 5. And that gives us 361. So r equals the square root of 361, which is 19. Okay, that definitely came out nice. We didn't have to go through what cos 150 is. Okay, cos p. Now, if little p is 5 root 3, that means big P must be here. So we have 5 root 3 squared equals 11 squared plus r squared, take 2 times 11 times r times cos big P. We know r. So let's rewrite this. We've got 5 root 3 squared is 11 squared plus 19 squared, take 2 times 11 times 19 times cos P, which means cos P equals 11 squared plus 19 squared, take 5 root 3 squared over 2 times 11 times 19. Now they haven't asked us what P is, just cos P, so let's just chuck this in our calculator. Plus 19 squared, take brackets 5 root 3 squared over 2 times 11 times 19. 37 over 38.